Like we were talking about natural disasters like hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, you name it, wildfires, they're unpredictable, at times inevitable. And while we can't prevent them per se, we can, of course, improve our chances of a safe outcome for ourselves and especially for our pets. We're joined now by Dr. Ruth MacPete, veterinarian and author, to discuss how parents can prepare their pets for disaster. And it seems as though you've got the tools right in front of us.
Yes, as you said, unfortunately, we can't predict or plan for disasters, but what we can do is be prepared. And if you have pets, that means preparing for your pets as well. The first thing I recommend all pet parents do is make sure that all their pets have microchips and collars with ID tags. We want to make sure that in an emergency, our pets are identifiable in case they get out or get lost. This is the best way to ensure that they get returned to you. And then the second thing is to make a disaster kit for your pet.
All right, so let's talk about that. What should we have in those kits?
Well, the first thing that people are going to need to make one is you want to make sure that you get a backpack or a duffel bag. I recommend getting a brightly colored one like this one so that it's easy to identify and locate. And that's what you're going to put all of your stuff in. The next thing is you need to have food for your pet. The Red Cross recommends a 2-week supply. Depending on the size of your dog or cat, that may or may not be possible, but get as much food as you can. Dry food obviously fits better. And don't forget to pack bowls. It's really important that you pack bowls for your pets. I really like these bowls, Bellaroma bowls by Loving Pets, because they're collapsible, lightweight, and you can actually clip them to the outside of your backpack or duffel bag. You're going to want to also have toys and treats. Toys are really a good thing to pack in there, at least one toy, because if your pet gets lost, you can squeak this to get their attention, hopefully get them out of hiding.
Yeah, and I see also on that list you got leash and collar as well, if nothing else, to keep them close by. Certainly something that we hope we never have to live through, but at least being prepared, it could be half the battle there. What do we do if an emergency happens?
Well, if an emergency happens, it's really important that people remain calm. Our pets pick up on our emotions. So remain calm, locate your animals. Again, find your disaster kit, your disaster backpack. You want to get those toys and treats out to entice your pets. Get the leash or the carrier that's going to be nearby or in the pack to secure your pets. And then you want to grab that kit and your pets and go. That's really the name of the game, is to have everything in there. One thing I forgot to mention is make sure you pack medication for your pet, a first aid kit, and important documents so that you can identify your pet and know who to call in an emergency.
How critical is chipping a pet?
Very, very important. It's one of the most important things you can do, not just for disasters, but for everyday life. You know, at certain times of year, during the 4th of July, Halloween, pets get out because they're frightened, and having that microchip is really, really important, even for strictly indoor animals like indoor cats, because they may get lost in an emergency or during a celebration if a door is left open. So really, really important, because if someone finds them, it's the first thing we do as veterinarians or shelter do. They scan the pet for a microchip. So it's the best way to ensure that your pet is returned to you if they're lost.
Dr. Ruth MacPete with All We Need to Know. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.